Two more minutes and we are going to start. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, we are going to repeat the same training or the same conversation in Spanish in the following hour and Korean at 6. So you can choose your preferred language.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, students, for being here to help us out. Ms. Tita, are we waiting just a couple more minutes for other people to join?
We plan to start in 1 minute.
Great. Thank you. I will also take this moment to thank our tech team, who has been totally amazing. So thank you, Tita and Andrea and Carla and John, and also David and Cesar, who are helping from behind the scenes. So thanks.
Okay, so it's time start, and we are going to start. Welcome to our Tech Cafe. We plan to have more activities like this one to try to help parents in this adventure. And we are going to try to offer in the different languages in the afternoon for parents to join. We are going to record the session to make sure that we share with the people who can be here. So I'm going to just start a presentation by introduce our team. Okay, the technology department, we want to let you know that we work during summer really hard. All team meet every week to try to create a strong plan to help the families and the students to have this adventure the best we can. We just come up with different procedures, a student code of conduct, and try to unify as much as we can our system, so it's going to be easy for our students and families too. The department is made by the teacher I am in charge of elementary section, John Basket, who can say hello, Mr. John, who's in secondary, and Carla Staffa, who's going to be new in school, but she's working since June. And Cesar Belteton and David Quevedo as a help desk. They are going to be available 7 to 7 for families and students and teachers who need help. And then we have a group of students, we call them a student techie savvy, because they are going to help us all the way. They working with us also during summer to create that strong plan, the distant learning plan, and then continue working with us to build a strong Colegio Maya technology plan, working with me and the robotics and Mr. John Basket and robotics club. They won the third place last year, and we're pretty sure that we are ready to win the next competition. They offer robotics for elementary, and we are going to be able to offer probably in middle school. But they are strong leaders. They are good sports. They are really good teaching, really good students. So we're really happy that they are part of our team. And then I'm going to start, and then actually this presentation is going to be led by them.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry Yoon, and I'm, as you can see, part of the student tech committee. And yeah, I will be presenting and sharing my screen in just a second. Can everybody see my screen? Okay. Okay, to start off with our communication with families, we're going to use Gmail and text messaging for the two main methods. Gmail will be through our Colegio Maya Gmail account, which you will all have hopefully created by the start of the school year, as we want to emphasize the use of this school account because since we'll be under the same, since all of us will be under the same cloud, it will just be easier to access all of you and to help stay more secure if we all use the cm.edu.gt account. And then SMS will be for any emergencies or special announcements or communications through because of communications by the PTSA or any other student organizations that might want to spread information. For our platforms, we have Zoom for video communication, Quick Schools for our student information system, Classroom and Seesaw for our learning platforms, and the Parents Portal, which we will get to more in detail right now. For the email first, your email format will typically look like your last name followed by a period and then your first name at cm.edu.gt. If you have used Gmail in the past, you know that you can enter your username without necessarily having to put the @gmail.com but in this case, you have to put the @cm.edu.gt because the system has to recognize that it is a school email. And then moving on to Zoom, your son or daughter should have received an email that looks like this in order to activate their Zoom account. Or if not, they should create one by going to the Zoom website. In the case of parents, I think that you have to create a website on Zoom if you did not receive an email like this with, and the account will be created with your school email, of course. This is important to do with the school email in specific because like Gmail, we are under the Colegio Maya domain. So all the events will either require you to be a signee from the Colegio Maya email. Yeah. And then if you do not get that email, you can either make an account first, or if you want to sign in, there's two ways to sign in. You can go to the zoom.us website and sign in with Google. It is important that you sign in with Google rather than just inputting your email address and password because first of all, it's faster, and it might not work if you try to use this option of the email address and the password. Or you can also download the Zoom application on PC or Mac and sign in with that, as opening meetings will be easier as they will open to the app automatically.
Moving on to our learning platforms, teachers and students in ECC through second grade will use Seesaw as official platform for organizing student work and streamlining the management of classes. This includes, but is not limited to, the content delivery, instructions, and expectations for assignments and schoolwork. And all the work will be collected and assessed. So you can see in this screen, this journal, each student will have one, and it's basically where all of their work will be collected and all of it under one spot. Moving on to the activity section. The activity section that's where the students will have all of their work. On the inbox, and then in the inbox section is where the students and their families are able to contact the teachers and for any communication. Overall, we decided to go with Seesaw because it was more intuitive and easier to use at this level compared to Google Classroom, which we use at higher grades because there's a less need of comprehension of based of lecture. So making it easier for those students who are of a younger age. Moving on to Google Classroom. Google Classroom, as well as other G Suite apps, will be used for the grades 3 to 12. All the assignments and the expectations can be found in and as well as established Zoom link inside these classrooms. In this picture, we can see what a typical classroom looks from the point of view of a student. The stream, it contains all the stuff for the students, whether it be announcements, assignments, or other like allowing them to comment and like certain posts, while the classwork just shows all the strict work that the student has and that might be due. And then moving through, they can access these classrooms, like in the Google Classroom. The teachers will have sent links with, will have sent emails allowing them to join their classroom through codes, or just inviting the students, allowing them to get into these classrooms. In this slide, this is like the point of view of Google Classroom from the parents. Um, Google Classroom allows parents to be sent like every so often an amount of like a reports for to see how their student and their child is progressing through their classes. As you can see, it just shows you and gives you a small report of what they have to do or how they're doing. So it's really like, if you wanna see what they're doing, it's a way for you to look at this. Moving onwards, for student information system, we'll be using Quick Schools. Quick Schools can be accessed by using the last name dot first name at cm.edu.gt. After having logged in, you can basically, this is where where parents can access the grades of their children, as well as like the attendance and schedule. So that's really useful right now in case you're interested to see how they're progressing. Gives you a nice sense of how things are going. And then for the password, in case you've forgotten your password, you can click on the forget your password, and it's not necessary for you to contact the tech staff. Just clicking on it will send an email to that specific at cm.edu.gt email, which will allow you to change the password. Moving onwards, we have the parent portal located in our official school website. It can be accessed by going to our school website and going to the top right, clicking on students and parents, and then clicking on the parent portal. For logging in, the parents can use the username, the same last name dot first name, but this time without including the at cm.edu.gt. And then after that, there will be a default password that will be sent for these accounts, but these can later be changed later on. And then with this, in the parent portal, the parents are able to access a wide variety of resources shown in the next slide. So seen in this slide, the parent portal contains general information that's important for the student, from specific grade area, like elementary school or secondary school, to specific forms that they might request. It contains all of this. And recently we've added the payment information section in order for any difficulties that parents might have had in doing that now that we've gone virtual. Yeah, so that's where parents are able to access this through the official school website. And then overall, for some other official ways of communication that we have our official Colegio Maya website and our other social media accounts seen in this slide. And lastly, right before we go into answering any questions and also like showing the demos of these platforms we discussed, you can, if you later have any issues or other questions that we aren't able to answer right now, you can email either of these emails. The tech staff, the tech student at cm.edu.gt is specifically run by us tech students in this task force. So if they ever find themselves feeling, I guess, more comfortable with like asking their peers, us students, students can send their concerns there, but either of those emails work. Thank you.
Now we are going to run a demo for each of the platforms for you to just see actually how the platforms works. So the first one is a Gmail account. And so the Gmail, as Carrie said, is made by your last name dot and then your first name. Right. And as Kerry mentioned, is the main communication. All our systems are connect with this account. So parents are going to receive the Google summary, the important information, teacher communication, and the principal's communication through their Gmail account. So everything is connect. All teacher has your Colegio Maya account, and they are connect with Classroom, CISO, and in the different platforms. And then we just have an example of the Google Classroom. The students have their own Google Classroom, and the parents don't need to be in any of this one. This is how the students look like. The parents are going to only receive summary of what the students did or have pending or what's coming up. So if you go to a Google Classroom, as Daniel said, is a stream is just for communication, and then they are going to just post the last thing that is in here, comment, question, then the class work organized by topics, and the students are going to see when they are the due dates, etc., and then the communication of people. Some important thing, and then that you can mention to your child is in these three little lines, they have this option. They have to do. And if the students need to know or you want to see, you can ask the students, can you open your to do? And then it's all of the pending, all the assignments, everything from all the classes are going to appear as list in this to do. So if you want to see this as a list, you can ask your child to show to their Google Classroom. So it's no way that the parents go inside the same Google Classroom. And then, so this is for Google Classroom. Then for Zoom, and then the CISO. As Daniel said, the CISO is basically is kind of the same of Google Classroom. Students are going to receive their activities on their activities, the same way that the students in Google Classroom receive through classwork. So all the activities are going to appear on their activities. And then as soon as the student finish with the activity move to their own particular folder. So right now we are going to train the students how to access the CISO, and then later we send the information to parents to connect. We don't want to overwhelm all at the same time. And then Quick School. Just to Quick School, to access Quick School is going through colegiomayaquickschool.com. And then as Kerry said, is all the accounts are setting up already. So you can access with the same account. And if you forget, just click and forget the password. And then what the parents are going to see is all your childs are going to appear in this size. So it's going to be information. If you want to go and see complete information, you can click here, view complete record. And in complete record, you are going to see the information of your child, the classes that he or she has, information about address, etc. Then the parents' information here, and then you in the middle has these little lines. So you have a grade book, homework, and attendance. See, attendances, the schedule. So if you press the schedule, you are going to see what are the classes, when the classes are happening, etc. And then under documents is where you are going, at the end of each semester or quarter, then you are going to see the documents here. And for elementary students don't have access to Quick School. It's just parents. And then secondary students and parents has access to their Quick School. And so how the parents receive the communication is you at 3 p.m., more or less, you are going to receive the communication. So you have all the list what happened in the class. If something appear in red, is because they have the turn-in pass. So it's something that he didn't do or she didn't do, and then you can check. And then you have settings here. In any of the daily communication that you are going to receive, you have settings if you want to change. We have the default is weekly, so you can change for daily because you want to know every day what's happening in each of the classes. And then, or no summaries. If you decide not summaries, you are not going to receive any information.
Can I jump in just for a second, Tita?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
So parents, as you're mulling over all of these different opportunities to have communications from the school, those of you that have students who are in grades 3 through 12 will receive an invitation from one of the teachers at school to become the guardian for your students. So you'll get an invitation and you'll have to accept that. And when you do that, it will instigate these summaries that will come to you either weekly or daily. And if something isn't listed in that, it's not a problem. It's just that some teachers don't post every day. So that will come as a summary with the classes listed and the things that are being sent out to the students. You won't be able to click on links in there. They won't be live, but that's where we'd ask that you partner with your student just to say, hey, I got this message. What is this under construction assignment that we're looking at? So you'll receive an invitation in your Colegio Maya email to become a guardian, and that will trigger the process for you to get these summaries. Perfect. Yep. And then you just have to accept it and off you go. Yep, that's exactly it. And Miss Tita, you're saying important things, but you're muted.
Sorry. Then I said that this is an example of what you are going to receive, and then you can select accept. And then if you don't accept, you are going to appear in the Google Classroom as invite only. But that means that you are not receiving that notification because you are not accept the invitation. And as soon as you accept, then you are going to start receiving the notification and the summary of each of the classroom. And then in the school website, is already, all parents are there. So the only thing is at the first time, if you never log in, go to forgot username and password and type your email address. As soon as you type the email address and submit, the system are going to send you the reset link and then how to log in here. This is something that you can do. Quick School and the parents portal, you can do on your own. Email, you have to contact us. Okay, so I don't know if I forget something, Daniel or Kerry. One of the platforms.
Ms. Tita, there are a couple questions in the chat that I don't know that I have the right answer to. Do you have a minute to kind of look at those questions?
Okay, let me just
Yes,
go.
they're related to Seesaw
All right.
and to the password for emails.
Okay. So Mr. Ken, you don't mind to read? Because in my screen.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Sorry.
So the first question was, how do we access our students' CMG EDU Gmail address, which is coming from a lower elementary parent?
The lower elementary parents, the students from ECC to second grade are going to receive the information through the teacher the first couple of weeks, but the students in second grade, they already know what their email. First grade and ECC, the teachers are going to provide that information, and I'm pretty sure the teacher are going to send that information during the weekend on Friday, right, Mr. Ken? For you to know. We want to use the same, to just help the students to be systematic and use the same login. We are going to use the CMEDU account for students to log in the different platforms. That means that we are going to just concentrate and have everybody under the same umbrella, try to protect as much as we can the security, the students' information, because you know that Google has their own policy and protect the child.
Tita, can I clarify? So if I have a student in first grade, he will be assigned his own email address, and we will use that Colegio Maya email address to get into Seesaw, or we'll use my email address through Colegio Maya?
Yes, you're right. The students are going to use their own particular email to access Seesaw, as well as another software that we are going to provide the students. So we are going to connect through the student's account to the Gmail account, the different system and platforms that we have. And it's basically, most of the students has this in the opposite way. First letter of their name with the last name. But in some cases, when we have a student with the same letter, then we use two letters. So if this is a repetition, then we do it in a different.
And for students who are new to the school, such as Sasha?
I email Miss Sasha with the username and password for the students.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, if the students are new and you don't know the email, you can just email us, to any of us, and then we are going to just send you a link with the username and password.
I thought the teacher was going to provide that information.
Yes, for the ECC in first grade is the teacher, and the rest of the students, you can contact us and we are going to provide that information.
So it's the teacher for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I said at the beginning, with the students working and with the tech department works really hard to try to find the ways that we are going to just protect the students as much as we can. Having the students all in the same domain help us to just protect the information and the data, the student data. So it's something that we need to just implement. And usually if we are in school, the first graders start using the email with me in the technology class. So I'm showing them how to log in because they use the same to log in the computers and the other platform. But since we are in this adventure, then we are going to ask parents to help us.
Let me add a little bit more information to that in terms of the security. Another example of why we're using the student CM EDU is for Lexia, which is a program that we'll be using for specifically ECC to grade 2. So they'll just be able to log in seamlessly with that. Also, with regard to Seesaw with the kids, we will begin next week, but it'll be a gradual entry into it where the classrooms will be working on it on Wednesday, Thursday, and moving forward into the second week of school and beyond, where they're part of the synchronous time is going to be able to upskill the kids and help them understand it. And all of the parents in ECC to grade 2 will be invited to come to the first day of school. And there'll be a couple sessions you can attend during the first week of school with your child to help build that community piece and all be in the classroom together for a while.
Okay, thank you. That clarifies that. So I'll go with him through my Colegio Maya email to the Zoom class.
Correct.
And then we'll establish his email and whatnot later.
Yeah. Within the Seesaw piece, all of the links to the Zooms will be there, and yeah.
Okay.
Can I also add another piece for Seesaw? As a parent, you'll be getting an invitation from the teacher to
Tomorrow.
join the class of your kid. So in your email, you'll get that invitation, and as soon as you click accept, you'll be able to get all the information from the classes.
So in general, tomorrow, for any parent who is in ECC to grade 2, keep your eyes open for the email from your classroom teacher, because you'll be receiving a schedule as well as the weekly overviews and some general information of where the links are for the first day. The link is singular for the first day of school.
And the other security that we want to mention to you is about Zoom. So with the students and with the tech department, we work hard to find the ways that make the easier for students to find the links and connect with the teachers, and then and stay secure. So we found that open the waiting room as a mandatory is going to still protect our students and our teacher, because the teacher have to be accept any of the person who's in the waiting room. Then it's not necessary the password, and we can use only one Zoom link per teacher per class. So the students are going to just have one link for each of the teachers, and it's not going to confuse because the last April, we have a lot of complaints. I couldn't find the link. I can connect with the teacher. Can you send me the link again? And it's a mess. So we try to uniform everything and then find a procedure that everybody are going to follow. And in this point, since at the beginning, I'm waiting to have the help desk with me. I wonder the tech department, if you just can introduce yourself and then say hello, include the students. Oh, you did. So I'm going to start me. I'm Tita, and I am going to be the technology teacher in elementary, as long as the tech support.
I'll go next. I'm John Baskett, upper division, technology, robotics. I've actually got a science class and do a little bit of everything here. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted looking through the chats here, seeing if we can make sure we get all of your questions answered as they keep rolling in. And please, if we do miss one of your questions in the chat room, put it back up there again, or feel free to email any one of us. We're always available to answer. We don't all know the answers to all the questions, so we're kind of jumbling around trying to find that out for you. But again, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to any one of us.
Hi, I'm Paula Staffa. I'm one of the secondary tech people as well, and I also teach design, so I'm here to help when I know the answer, which isn't all the time.
I have a quick question. It's about what was listed previously. It said for emergencies and announcements, things will be communicated through SMS. When you say SMS, do you literally mean like phone SMS, or do you mean WhatsApp?
No, and when I don't know how we are going to use this one in a distance learning.
Yeah.
But in school, we use the MSS system when it's an emergency, we change something, we have a specific announcement, or something happened in the school and the school need to send the information to parents. We use the SMS system. But I don't know if we are going to use really right now in the distance learning plan. So we want to continue mention because this is something that we really use.
Okay, because internationally that, well, I don't know, it might work.
Can I add that I think a lot of parent grade group chats, they use WhatsApp. So that'll be like the main way to communicate between parents.
And I'll add to that the PTSA is in charge of creating the room parent WhatsApp groups, which you're referring to. And I spoke with them again today. And my understanding is they'll have that ready shortly, and that would be a way they will send out that contact via email so that people who are new to the group will be added.
Cool. I'll introduce myself. I'm Sasha. I have a son who is new. His name is Finn Cooperstein. We are in first grade this year. That's about it. Oh, I'm also married to Russ Cooperstein, who is the new upper school principal.
Welcome. Okay, just to finish with the tech, we have our help desk. I'm telling you that they are going to be available 7 to 7. You can contact them, send the request, and if you have a problem with the computer or the sound or something doesn't work in your computer, they are going to reach you by phone or by email or something else to find a way to help you directly. So David and Cesar.
Hi everybody, my name is Cesar. I'm the IT assistant from Colegio Maya, so I can help you with, already Tita said, with your sound, with your system, with your email accounts, and everything that you need help, okay? Welcome.
Hello, my name is David Quevedo. I am technology system. Welcome.
Thank you. And as I mentioned, we have a wonderful Carrie and Daniel. Both are seniors. If you want to introduce, and Carrie is in Korea right now. So I don't know if it's a morning or afternoon there.
Yeah, it's early in the morning, and yeah, I mentioned myself before. Yeah, I've been at the school for I think 11 years, almost 12. And yeah, if you ever need anything, or if the students ever need anything, they can always contact me by email. And I think I will be your NHS president as well this year. So just quick information about me.
Hi, my name's Daniel. I'm also a senior. I've been here since I was in 7th grade, so yeah, it's been a while. Like Carrie mentioned before, like if there's any like need for help, not just I guess like for tech help, but like just in general, like student concerns, um, other fellow students, they can reach out for me if they need it. So yeah, I'm always open with that. And yeah, in addition to what Carrie said about NHS president, I'm the current vice president. So yeah, I guess that's pretty cool there.
Yes, I told you we have, they are the leaders also. And then this year they are in the positions of the leaders. And then you're right. If you have another concerns in terms of you want that the kids participate in something, you have an idea, you can contact them. They are going to try to make the idea come in life. Okay, so I don't know, Mr. Ken, if it's another question in the chat that we can respond.
Yeah, I think there is an important question about, they're all important, but there was one about Google Classroom. A parent asking do they sign in as teacher or student? I received the invitation for Google Classroom, but it asked me if I was a teacher or a student. How do I proceed?
No, I think you need to check if you are under your son or child or daughter account, because parents never receive that type of invitation. It's the students who receive that invitation. So check please if you are under student account, and then you receive through your the student's email. Parents are going to receive only an invitation of be the guardian of this or student. If you don't receive the guardian, you can contact us, and we are going to just remove and invite you again, that you can try to receive the invitation.
Tita, the other possibility for that invitation is the teacher for that class could have accidentally picked the wrong email address, emailing you instead of your daughter on accident. So
oh yeah, we're all E, and the way it's set up, it's really hard to tell who's who.
Yeah,
I actually just checked to see if I invited you instead of Elise, but I invited Elise, so I'm good. It wasn't me.
It might have been.
I was thinking it may have been myself as well. So if you, yeah, let us know. If you can figure that out, let us know so we can tell the teacher that most likely that's the case. They invited you on accident instead of your daughter. So that way we can tell the teacher to fix that little glitch there.
And since we're talking about Google Classroom, there was another question. You should only exit once, and that automatically adds you to the rest of their classes. So as long as you accept Google Classroom once, it should automatically accept it to the other classes as well.
And just from experience sake, it's best to accept from a computer, not from a mobile device. I don't know why. We had a lot of hiccups in the past when doing it from a mobile device. So if you get that email, please try and click the accept the blue button from an actual computer screen rather than a mobile device.
And another comment that we want to mention is Mr. Fifield is here. Mr. Fifield is our actually curriculum coordinating director. And then we're working close together to try to offer as much as we can for parents. So we are going to set up a different session for parents in terms of security, how to manage the system, how the system works, etc., to help you out with the technology, okay? And then one of the first sessions that we are going to help offer is if you want to just forward the Colegio Maya email to your personal email, this is going to be one of the sessions. So just waiting for it. Mr. Fife, sorry, do you want to introduce yourself?
I just want to say good evening and welcome to everyone. Tita, one of the things I'm really excited about that came out of this summer's work, working with students and parents as well as faculty, was the interest to form a parent university of sorts of online learning. And this is some of the first steps towards that, of really bringing people together on this type of platform. So I know you're excited with your team to look forward. I know this is a lot of training at first for all of us, but then looking forward to some of the different topics we'll have a chance to delve into. So thank you to everyone for coming to this, as well as to our tech team, and especially to our students.
Thank you. Is another question that maybe we need to answer?
There was a question about passwords for, especially for lower elementary. Let me try to find it. Are they supposed to know their password if they're like in second grade, for example?
Yes, all the password in ECC, first grade and second grade, are going to be the same username. And then if doesn't fit with the 8 characters, the last part is fit with zeros. But yes, or you can email us and we are going to just send you which is the password. We try to help the students to just that don't change the password every time. From ECC first and second grade are going to still with the same password until they reach third grade. In third grade, they are going to have all the ability to change their own password and use their own password.
Tita, I think you need to give an example of what you mean by username in
Okay.
terms of initial and last name and the number of digits.
Okay.
Maybe you could put that in the chat or share it here.
Okay, so I will just quickly share the screen and I'm going to use one of the students. Okay, so for example, I'm going to use Andrea, sorry. Oops. Okay, for example, if your son is, the account is N Fuentes, the first letter and the last name, CMEDUNGT, that's Daniel mentioned to you that in this, or Kerry, in this case, you have to add the domain to be connect. And
You're
then
not
the
sharing.
password is going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In this case, they have 8 characters. But imagine that this is the case of this is going to be, for example, this only they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the rest have to be filled by zeros until they reach 8, which is the mandatory that Google asks us to have. But the teacher are going to share username, email, and passwords with the students and families.
Did you do that on your screen just a minute ago with the example of Nico?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
So essentially, sorry, I keep talking.
No, please go ahead. We're here to help you.
If my son's name is Finn Cooperstein, it would be F Cooperstein, and then his password. Okay, so his email would be fcooperstein@cm.edu.gt, and then his password would just be FINNKU.
It's the whole last name.
Okay, but it would be the whole. It wouldn't be the whole. It would just be the first 8, right?
No. If doesn't fit with 8, need to fill with 0. But if the last name, for example, is C. Martinez, if they are going to use the same username, the same. For example, in your case, they have to have F and Cooperstein. It's all.
Okay. So just the whole.
Just the whole. Just if the student doesn't have 8 characters. So to reach the minimal request by Google, then they have to fill by zeros. But if they have 8 or more, that's fine.
Okay.
And it would be F Cooperstein, not Finn Cooperstein, but F Cooperstein.
Mm-hmm. And then if you have another problem or you think you have to have one or you need a specific session, please don't be shy. Send us an email and we are going to make you happen through Zoom. We have a conversation with you. Some of us are going to contact you. Even the students can provide you support. But that's the idea. And this is one of our main goals, provide support to the entire community.
One question. If I have not misunderstood, the notifications are for Google Classroom, no? Will parents of children who use the CISO platform receive notifications? Or
Yes, you are going to receive notification through CISA, but not exactly right now, because we are going to, since this is a new platform, we want to spend the first couple of weeks to teach the students how to use, and then as soon as they feel comfortable enough, then we are going to start sending notification to parents. Yes.
That was a lot of information that we just gave you. And if it's confusing, take a deep breath. We'll be reaching out to people. Please email us if there's questions. It's a lot of information for everybody. Most importantly, we want to welcome you and make sure you feel comfortable getting to know some of our systems, but know that we'll be here to help you as you start to kind of dig in a little bit deeper, and we're available to help whenever you have questions.
And we will be providing trainings as the school year goes on as well. So if there is something that multiple people find a need for training on, we will definitely provide larger training sessions, or we're also available for individual training sessions if needed.
When we are happy, really, we just make a huge effort. We work hard during summer to try to make the distance learning plan even better. The school just have some subscription that are going to help also with the learning of our students. And then the principal planning the classes, the curriculum, try to integrate everything. So everybody in school work really hard during summer to bring the best experience for our students. Even the NHS, Stuco, and junior NHS are working during summer really hard. So you are going to enjoy, and the students are going to just have the best experience. Okay, thank you so much for coming. We have running the second session in a couple of minutes, and then we're here, and then contact us if you need something else. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Carrie, Daniel. I don't know if you want to support your other friends in the second session, you can do that. Otherwise, see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really important to make this homeschool connection work.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Yep, take care.
Hey, Carla, Cesar, David, and John, I will send you the next link in a chat.
It's right. I have it on the email, I think, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm good.
Is it a different one or the same?
No, it's a different. I should make the same, but I don't have that.
3 different ones.
It's going to be in Spanish. It's totally
starting to sound like the admin, all these different links for all these different meetings, you know, I mean, they should have attended our one link session.
I was going to say,
I'm going to
you guys see our tutorial on the creating recurring meetings?
I would love to. I'll be watching it around 11:30 tonight.
Exactly.
Carrie, thank you very much. You did wonderful. Daniel, I'm really proud that you are part of our team. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love you.
Yeah, guys. Carrie, go get some sleep.
Yeah.
What time is it there?
It's almost 8 in the morning.
Well, that's not bad. Okay.
Well, he woke up like at 4 because we had another meeting. Was it like 4:30 for the student orientation?
It was at 4.
4 in the morning, and then we have the other meeting. So he's been up since 4. So
I was just thinking for classes though, if it's 8 o'clock there, well, it's 4 p.m., but still offers a little bit of a Zoom ability for not the classes, but maybe an office hour.
Office hour.
Yeah, office hours.
We could do a 5 p.m. office hour, and he's awake then. Okay.
But you'll see Carrie. You'll see Carrie waking up at 12 or 1 in the morning to join his classes for sure.
I know.
Yeah, me too. Come back, Carrie. Come back. See you in a minute.
Okay, we'll see you in Spanish.